Hey, welcome to your Sagittarius horoscopes for the week of February 25th through March 2nd. We have no plans and planets in Sagittarius until the end of the week when the moon comes in. But before we get to that, let me just apologize for the horoscopes the last week. They weren't there. There was no horoscopes for last week, unfortunately. The week before, there was zero time to record them and get them done. I mean, it was just one thing after another, and it was just impossible. And I felt so bad about it. But I released that feeling into the clouds because it isn't going to be helpful this week. So I do apologize. We will try to avoid that in the future. Focus is on your day-to-day schedule this week, especially as Pallas Athene continues to influence that. The warrior goddess fighting her way into a schedule that works best for you. We all go through this from time to time where we feel like everybody else seems to rule our schedule. And, especially if you're in a situation where you work and you have a family and maybe you're taking care of other family members, it just feels like everybody else gets your time and you get none. And so you're fighting for something for yourself, which is, of course, a necessary fight, to be honest with you. And it can be challenging. I find myself personally, I'm not a Sagittarius, but I can find myself personally feeling like everybody else is sort of grappling for my time. And if I don't stand up and fight for some of it for myself, it's probably never going to happen. So I do stand up and fight for that time because it is really important to me. At the end of the week, the moon comes into Sagittarius. We're talking Saturday. So we will be kicking off the week with the moon in Sagittarius also. And it's actually a really interesting lineup on Saturday when the moon comes into your sign because it moves in squared with um, Saturn, which is in Pisces, which is the very beginning of Pisces, and is focused on career. So it feels like you really don't have a lot of time for changes in your career. But then the moon also is in a grand sextile with Pluto, which is focused on finances, as well as Neptune, also in Pisces, but at the other end of Pisces, focused on career. So this challenge where you just don't have time for work might actually be a blessing because there's another opportunity opening up that may actually create a better income, something that works better for you, maybe even a better schedule. So this is one of those situations where I kind of feel like there's that term, every time a door closes another one opens. And when we focus on when the door closing, we are not seeing the opportunities that are opening up because that door closed. And so a lot of us tend to go through this very often in our lives. And yes, it's okay to be frustrated because that door closed, but if we limit the time on the frustration, the less time we spend on the frustration, the sooner we can see the door opening to new possibilities. And it's those new possibilities, those new opportunities that maybe it might even be something that we've been looking for a really long time, and we just haven't seen it because we've been so frustrated not being able to do what we want to do, right? This is actually very typical of Sagittarians, most of the Sagittarians that I've known. But in for people in general, this isn't just a Sagittarian problem. I think you guys may wear it differently than other people, or than other signs, I should say. But honestly, this is a problem that a lot of people face. So bottom line here for you guys is when one door opens, go ahead and be frustrated with it. Mourn it. Go into a grief cycle over it. It's okay, but be open to the possibilities of new doors opening, doors that might be more beneficial to you in the long run. So that's what I have for you guys this week. Not a whole lot going on, but what is going on is really, really super important. And that's really all that matters, right? If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip or donation through my coffee link down in the description of the video. Really appreciate it. Love the coffees. You guys are awesome. Also, check out my website. It's also there in the description as well. Lots of fun stuff going on there. I'm Melissa Bruce, the Heavy Metal Psychic. I apologize again for the lack of horoscopes last week. Hopefully, you guys made it through, and hopefully, we can eliminate that problem in the future. Probably not, but we'll definitely eliminate it as much as we possibly can, right? I'll see you guys next week. You guys just 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 do it. Just do it. Make it a great week. I will see you guys next week.